Well, my computer just restarted. There's that. Having trouble getting things set up because I thought that I had things decently set up, and so I don't have to try and like spend 30 minutes getting it all set up, but not yet. So please bear with me. Oh, and the audio doesn't keep playing. Darn it. What is that? Nothing? No, I already listened to this one. Try this again. Oh, Jesus. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? So there's radio. Okay, still dealing with some issues, but things are starting to work, it seems. And I get an advertisement, so that's awesome. So it's via Twitch. What's that do? That's repeat. What if I just do turn shuffle on and then... No, I already heard that one. Okay, I think I figured it out. Okay, I think I figured it out. Well, more like I think I pressed enough buttons to really make it finally work. Let's see, okay, so that's going through. How choppy it is. Seems fine. Let me know if you're running any issues with audio or the video as well. I think I've got it set up correctly, but who knows, who knows, who knows. Turn that down just a little bit. Okay. Still not happy with the health, but everything looks good on this side. No drop frames. I was at 217. Let's see if that jumps back up. Because I've got good that. Everything's good there. Okay. Let's get on with it. Welcome to the Friday live stream. Today I want to basically take the test that we've written in our repo that we've been going through lately. Let's bring that up. It's React WebdriverIO tests, and take those tests, run them on circleci, which we do have going on. But one thing we don't have is any sort of reporting on this part, aside from just looking at the run itself. So if I look at this run, you see I run my test here, and I have this 3 passing test. I'd like to actually get this into a report that's easier for people to take a look at. So if you haven't seen it before, this is Allure, the Allure test report, and let me check some things. So it still is complaining about my stream quality. I want to check that out. May experience buffering, ensure connection fast, or considering using a lower bitrate. My connection should be plenty fast. I've got an Ethernet connection. This is going to turn into a live stream of like how to debug live streams. I think that's what's going to happen. So yeah, my connection is super fast right now. I don't know what it's complaining about. I've got lots of bytes coming out. My CPU usage isn't too high. No drop frames. I really don't know what it's complaining about. So we'll see if that improves. I'm just going to keep going and hope that everything works out. Okay, so this is the Allure test reporter. And what I want to do is basically keep track of some information. So about how far are we? 16 minutes? Oh my gosh. Oh, I spent a lot of time trying to debug that. Oh well. Let's jump back to here. Okay, that's good. So there's different reporters out there. The ones that we've been looking at so far have been, I'm trying to pull up my terminal window. They've been in the terminal. So when we run our tests, it'll basically output here, and you can kind of see the same thing here, the output of it. There is a test summary feature built into circleci, but you kind of have to have access to this to get to it. I'd like to publish my Allure report out to a public place so that anybody who wants to see the results can take a look at them. So Allure again is a, let's take a look at their demo report. Nope, not their demo report. It's basically just a very visual UI front end for tests, and they've got trends over time. This would be really nice to see. It takes a little bit more work to get in place. Man, that's like totally flickering. But they do have ways you can do categories, and you can even get screenshots. Let's see. What's their screenshot looks like? Yeah, so they have a page screenshot in here of what it looks like that you can really take a look at and all that kind of stuff. You can drill into all your different tests if you want to, and see the steps that come through in there and everything. So it's got a lot of great features in it, and what's really nice is that it's got pretty good support in WebdriverIO. There's a Allure reporter add-on that will create Allure test reports for you. And I don't know if we have it installed already. Let's check it out. Package.json. We don't, so let's go ahead and install that. And we're gonna run these tests locally. So I need to go into sites, React, WebdriverIO tests. I'm gonna install Allure reporter. Okay, with that installed, I need to make sure I have Allure installed as well. So you see Allure is not found. So I don't see what they say. Installation is just Allure reporter. And displaying the report. This, install the Allure command line tool. So that's what we need to install as well to make this run. local. So we do have Java already installed. So next I'll install Allure command line, and I'm actually not going to do it globally. And I said I wasn't going to do it globally, then I did it globally. I don't want to do it globally. I'm going to run this through my npm scripts. So first, I'm going to create a new script here, and it's going to be called report, and it's going to do two things. We jump back over to our Allure reporter. It's going to generate the report, and then open it. I'm not sure that I actually want to open it. Yeah, I'm just going to generate my report. Don't know if you have to have the Allure output directory. By default, no. Okay. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is Allure generate, and then I'm going to create a Allure report open. It's going to open it. So after I run my test, I'll be able to run Allure report and Allure report open. Actually, I could do generate, and then Allure report will do both. Generate and open, which is what we'll want to do locally. We'll want to do just the report. Otherwise, we'll want to, on circleci, we'll only want to generate. We don't want to open it. We just want to generate it. So, okay. Let's do a quick side thing. Give me just a second while I mention. Staticky. Okay, the other thing I need to do is configure my reporter inside of WebdriverIO. Thankfully, that's pretty darn easy. So I've got my service, so I'll jump back over here. Check in my services. Actually, no, it's not a service, it's a reporter. And I already have specs set up, so I'm gonna have to basically integrate that in. So I'll take Allure and convert these over to double quotes and move this information up. Disable WebDriver steps reporting, use Cucumber step reporter. I think those are use Cucumber step reporter. I think that's false by default. WebDriver steps reporting. False by default. Okay. I think that's fine. So I've got my JUnit and then my Allure. I don't know if I need to have JUnit anymore because, well, yeah, I do. Okay. Let's run our test, and I need to remember that I had only in here that I don't need to have. Let's run our test. So npm test is all we need. There's an error in my package.json. I did not like the extra comma. Yeah. So it's running in a couple browsers. We got Firefox. Oh, I need to start my server. How did I do that? Fixtures, DOM, and then yarn server, right? I think that's what starts the server. Oh yeah, and then I need to unset my host. Let's forget that. No on this music. That's a no. That's a negative. Oh, you know, it sounded really bad because my audio connection is all off. That sounds so much better now. And that's as quiet as I can make it. No, I can make it quieter. There we go. That's a lot quieter. That's fine. fine, fine, fine. I don't mind being quieter than louder. Okay, let's get back to this. What do I have? I have my sandbox is now running locally. So in case you just joined, I'm working on updating my reporting functionality. So I have got like 3 tests right now that run in a few different browsers, and I want to make sure that we can get a good report out of this, so that people who don't run this locally can still get some decent information out of it. So it doesn't require people to set things up all on their own to figure out if tests passed or not. So let that run. Tests are running. And we've got 7 passing and 3 skipped, and 4 total specs. So this ended up creating an Allure results directory. And inside this results directory, it's got all of our information. Usually don't pay too much attention to that. So with that, I can now run npm report, and that's going to run 2 things. Npm run report. It's going to run 2 things: the generate and then the open. So here I have my report opened, and what's the yellow? Yellow is a test defect. This is from a previous run. So before hook, you see if I go into the terminal, it actually was happy with everything that ran. So I'm guessing that this this information is from the previous run still being reported. So I think what I'm going to do is add a step to my test runner. So I'll press Control-C to end or stop the Allure server, and then I'm going to close that. I don't need that anymore. I can close the Allure command line. Basically, what I need to do before I run my test, I need to delete this report. Is it report or results? Let's see. It goes to results. So I need to delete this results directory, so that basically I have a fresh result each time. So to do that, I'm going to use a tool called rimwrap. So npm I rimwrap. Rimwrap is just a neat little Node utility to delete folders and files in Node. So let's see, in here, Unix command for remove, recursive, and force. And you can do it programmatically, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to do it through the CLI. It can be run rimwrap path. So I should be able to do, not there. Before I run my test, I want to remove Allure results. And then the other thing is in generate, I want to do a clean because this Allure report is here and it'll throw a fit if that is still there when you try and run it. So let's try this again. I'm going to run my test again, and what you'll see here is probably Allure results disappear and then reappear when I run my test. How are y'all doing today? It's another Friday. Another day of joyous celebration, right? Hopefully you're set up for a good weekend. And I don't know, I wasn't watching if that Allure results disappeared or not. But if I run my report again, it should be a lot greener, not so much, yeah. I can just, no, I can't. Okay. So now I've got my 7 passing tests and then the 2 skipped. So that's my result. And if I go to my suites, I can see these are all my test cases. One that ran in Firefox, one that ran in Chrome. Sorry, the other way. One that ran in Firefox, one that ran in Chrome. It's got a lot of this information in it. I think that's okay. That was in the disable WebDriver steps reporting, but I think we're okay with that. Let's see here and there. What if I jump into behaviors? And then packages. Okay. I was wondering if I would see any of the WebDriver commands in here, but I don't, and I think that's okay. Let me see something. Yeah, I was wondering if it would actually pick up this, but that would be a little bit too much probably. So now it just picks up these names, and that's fine. That's fine. So I've got Allure running locally. Again, that was pretty simple to get set up. And I like how it shows Firefox and Chrome. I think that's a newer feature of the reporter. Let me see if I can find it. Go back, and then over to their repo. And I want to see what pull requests have been closed recently. Okay, I wonder where that came from. Those values as far as the browser goes. That's fine. That's cool. Okay. Let's hold on. Should not update. Should not update. I wonder why the number 1 and 2 are coming by, even though there's some graphs that are okay. So I guess that's test 1, test 2. It looks like it's the steps, but okay, that's all right. I'm gonna leave it like this. And what I want to do now is get this running in circleci. So that's what I would like to do. Oh, you know what? I need to turn off my little, let me see, manage. Turn off my broadcast alert. I accidentally left that on, sorry. Because it looks like everything is up and running again. So, that's that. Okay, so I've got this Allure report generating locally. Now I want to get this into my circleci configuration. So I'll jump up to config.yaml. I'm going to, let's see, because Allure needs, because it needs a Java SDK installed, but I already have OpenJDK installed, so I can probably get away with using this one. So I had created a Docker instance that had, it was set up for Allure, but I think we can get away with not using it. So let's see, npm run test, and then I'm going to run the test, and my reporters are going to be JUnit, spec JUnit, and Allure. I think, I'm trying to think if I'd want to just replace the JUnit reporter entirely for the Allure reporter, but I'll just tack on Allure right now, and then I'm going to run report generate. So this is going to generate the report, and then the last thing I need to do is store that report as an artifact. So if I jump into circleci, I want to check out artifacts. And store artifacts is what I want. And the artifact I want to store is /allure report. I'm going to basically store that whole directory for later use. Okay, so I added my report step, and then I added my artifact step. That should be all that's necessary to get this up and running. I could be wrong, I probably am wrong. But, oh, I want to also update my git ignore file, because I definitely don't want to save my Allure results. Oops, Allure results and allure report. I don't want to save those directories. Let's see, so we changed that, package JSON changes, updated the tests to run all of them, added allure as a reporter. Okay, so that's good. Let's see, yeah. And add, push that up, and this is going to run in circleci. And let's make some notes here of what's going on. So at about 30 minutes, we looked at circleci integration. And I got the rimraf package, so I can close that. I should move this over to text edit. Okay, that's good, and then I can close that and jump back over here, and I'm just kind of doing all this behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, doing all this while my test is running over here. So I can close that, and I want to save all these links for later in case you want to check them out when the time comes for you to check them out. I don't know what that is. Okay, so this is building out our React folder, getting everything installed for it. Anything else to talk about while we're waiting? Let's see. My pull request is still sitting there. Let's see, where was it? Down here. Unfortunately, still sitting there. No updates yet. That. Don't really know where to go from there. I don't want to be a pest about them. I'm sure they're busy doing a bunch of other stuff. But let's see. I wonder what's their oldest one? A year ago. Man, they get a lot. Okay, let's see if this is running. Okay, we've got our artifacts uploaded. You see it uploaded all of those. So if we go over to this artifacts tab and then drill down, now we have our allure report that you can actually check out. And what I want to do is I'm going to sign in as a guest, and I'm going to see if I can access this. I can. So you can access this even though you're not signed in to circleci. I think that's because it's public. But now we have a full report coming through, and it's public for anybody to check out. And I don't know how long the artifacts stay up there. That's got to be a circleci configuration thing, but it should be long enough for anybody to check out what's going on there. So the one thing is that this capabilities is a lie, because it's not just Firefox that was a capability. It was also Chrome that also we ran this on. So if we come back over here, you see we ran it in Firefox and Chrome, and it just doesn't quite report that very well. And I think that's an open issue with Allure, that it's not reporting that entirely. So that's just kind of one of those things that could use some work. But yeah, so what I've got going on now is I've got my circleci test running, and I can get to this artifacts tab. It would be nice though if after our test we could actually post a link to this HTML file somewhere. I don't know where to post it though. I don't think that it can be posted to, like, as a comment. That would be kind of noisy, I think, having a comment thrown into every PR with, hey, 3 tests ran on your thing. You can check out the report here. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that yet. So what I want to do is post it somewhere. I don't know where to post it. Anybody have any ideas? CI. So let's go into our settings here. And they do have some chat notifications, so you can post it to, like, if you have a Slack channel. What's Flowdoc? That's got to be some chat thing. Let's see, what else can you post to? Webhook notifications. What if we do like some sort of like if this then that configuration, or Zapier configuration? Notify webhooks, a list of hooks. So let's see, does this include artifacts? What's the artifact produced by a given build? So this will get us our artifacts, but oh man, we might like write a tiny web server to handle this. Basically, handle. Let me think. I'm really having a hard time thinking today. It's just like there's fog in my head. Fogginess. I don't know. So that's the notify. And where does that go? What do they say? It goes... That's probably up with steps. Okay, so that needs to go here. I don't know, like, I have to draw this stuff out. Let's go to that whiteboard thing again. Web whiteboard. Is that where we went to last time? Not last time, like a few times back. I think it was. There we go. Come on, load up. Nice animation, wow. That's impressive. Okay, so I need to think this out. I've got my T for tests that generate the report. We'll call these the results. RES for results that generate the HTML page with our little graph here, and then the links, and then like the duration. stuff like that. So that's the report. And right now this is hosted on circleci. One thing that I would like to add to this is an API on PRs. That might be something that we take a look at later. So basically I want to say when a pull request gets opened in here, it triggers the run of this circleci job that we have defined. So it pulls this down and runs it. So that would be nice. What happened? It disappeared. This is why I'm thinking I might need a Node.js service. That's just like a cron job that every few minutes will check any new pull requests that have come through and start running the tests. And once this report is generated, I need a hook. So let's draw a little fish hook like that. That's my fish hook. I can have a little worm on it. Let's see, do I have a brown? I have a red. Do like a red worm. Hello there, little wormy. No actual worms were harmed in the creation of this drawing. And then that hook should, what do I want it to do? I guess I could like serve a static page of results. So like a page that just has link for PR number 3200 or something, and then pass 7 fail 0, and then the link right here. That way anybody who wants to see all the pages can take a look at that. And this could be static HTML. You know, there's no need for it to be anything specific. And that could be on like a Netlify site. So the thing that generates that static HTML would need to be built out. And how would that work? So you would have a server. Let's see. So we've got my server that takes a link, adds it to a list of links. So there's like my list of links, and then reports the website, builds the website, and pushes it to Netlify. I'm wondering if there's a basic server that can store all of this full list of links, just store it online for me. And then, I mean, I guess at the very least we could publish to here like reports, just a list of all the reports with the PR number and the report we want to do. Let's see what circleci can do. Let's check this out. So let me mark this down as like brainstorming time. So it was probably at 45 minutes. Probably started this at 43. I could even post to like a GitHub gist. terrible. Create a gist, edit a gist. What about like web clipboard API? That's not what I wanted. Oh my god. I don't really want that. I guess I could just go with the gist for now. So what I need to do is get a single gist. Yeah, so I want to get the content inside the files. And then let's just start this. Edit. And I can get rid of all of that. Old name.txt. Yeah. So I'm thinking I can do all of this inside of circleci. I wonder, I need to know if I can get the artifact URL inside of circlci. 2.0 is what I want, and then workflows, tests, Docker, basics, example configs, deploy. See, I don't know if I can get the artifact URL from inside of the job, because that's what I would need to basically link to, and that artifact URL looks to be a little bit dynamically generated. 41,124. Let's see if there's anything in Allure. And welcome to the stream if you're just joining. Let me know how your day's been going. I'm kind of taking these a little bit slower, a little bit lighter today, just trying to get back to enjoying the work versus trying to like push through and make things perfect. So feel free to say hi in chat though. Just welcome people. 41, let's see, what's that? That's 41. So I bet that matches the build number. What is that? Let's see if that has anything. Although I don't know if I could even get the build number. Let me see, circleci environment variables, because they have a bunch of environment variables that they have built in. So you can get the build number, URL for the current build. Identifier for the workflow run. So that's workflow. I don't have a workflow in there. Internal task data. Let me see if there's anything on like artifacts. Special stuff for deploying artifacts. Deploy artifacts. I could just push it up to a directory. Like take the report and instead of storing it as an artifact. No, I don't like that. Store artifacts. In theory, just a second, I gotta check out my radar. Make sure that there aren't any storms coming this way. List all the variables above that start with colon with real values of your project. So it doesn't look like I can send a post hook to post up, I might just make like a super simple service, because I'll need that service anyway to do this part, which is run the tests on PRs that get opened. So this might end up being a little bit less about what, testing and a little bit more on like reporting from it. Let's see if there is a service out there that has already been written that will Node.js server launch. So there is that. And then there's also Zapier, and I wonder if they have the ability to do between GitHub and do I have to sign up? Integrations. Is there a way that I can? I just want to see if it'll integrate. I guess, what do I want to integrate GitHub with? Circleci. So let's see if they have circleci. Doesn't look like they do. How about basic webhooks? Send a webhook when an RSS feed. So this is kind of like what I would want. Okay, so let's jump back to GitHub. Let's see if I can get new repo event. I basically do want to trigger a new pull request. Yeah. Now the question is, can I set that up in, let me see, log in with Google. I know I have a Zapier account, I just don't have it on this browser of mine. Okay, let's try this. Doesn't work? It does. Come on. Password's incorrect, so I have to figure out what my password is. What's my password? How do I get to that? More tools, browsing data. In order to get my password, I have to type my password. Try that. I'll save that. Okay, so I want to make a zap between GitHub. The trigger is going to be a new pull request. I suppose that's okay. Nice. Setup options. You may need a. So I don't think I can do this for a repo I don't have. So if I do that. Let me do a custom one. Can I do a clear current choice? And then use a custom value would be Facebook React. What was a sample? Okay, and then I don't have circleci, but I do have, we did do a little bit of work on Postman, using a Postman hook. And this funness, so take that out. Yes. What? Was a post. Post, yeah. Okay. That's where I went wrong. Payload type is going to be JSON? How do we send that? We sent that using, what do we use? We did pass in the get URL. Data, it was JSON, so we had build params. Nice, okay. Base repo, I need the forked repo, head repo, full name. Wow, that's a lot of information that we can get into. What was it that we passed in? We passed in the get URL. So where, let's see if I can, nope, build params, get URL. And I want that from the head repo, get URL. Oh my god, that's perfect. The only thing is that an array. Not entirely sure that this is going to come across quickly. I feel like it needs to be get URL, but and then I had my headers, content type application JSON. That's fine. I needed to also pass in a circleci token. And that comes in as headers. Insert a field. Any URL with a query string will be re-encoded properly. So I guess that'll be, I'll have to change that later. I wonder if I can customize that. Leave this empty, it will default step 1. I'm confused by what this is. Like, do I do get URL? Whoops. And then maybe I can do it like that. I don't know. Throw that in there. We'll leave uppercase URL. Kind of odd, but maybe that'll work. Key value pairs sent as data do not replace raw JSON or form encoded values here. I'm really not sure what else I could do. False file unflattened. You convert fields with underscores into nested directory dictionaries. No. That looks right, doesn't it? Yeah, it does look right. Send test to webhooks. Let's see what that does. Yeah, so I did get the permission denied. So I think My next part, finish that step. Okay. So the other thing I want to do, I don't know if this is possible. Cool. Settings. Advanced security. No. Where'd it go? So I need to pass in this circleci token without showing everybody my circleci token. I think I might do that off screen. So let me do that down here. And hopefully it doesn't pop up. If not, I'll just have to change my circleci token at some point. Okay, so where are my tokens? Settings? No. Bear with me, please, while I get this token. Templates, no. There. Okay, over here. Paste that token in. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of an issue. I wish I could share my screen. I just can't because it's got my token in there, and I really don't want to share my token with the world. As much fun as that is. Okay, so I can save that. Let's see how that works. Invalid build parameters value must be a map. What if I send this? Let me see how that looks. So under headers, I want to see what the JSON, raw JSON look like that. Oh gosh. I wonder if I can do something a little bit different. So I think I can move this back up just to kind of show you what I'm doing for now. So I moved that get URL out, and I'm just going to move that back over there. And we'll try sending it like this. And I do want to send that as JSON still. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm doing here in Zapier. And let's send a test hook. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. There, and let's see if that actually went through. So I need to go back here to my builds, and it is building. Apparently I have two things building. Oops. And what do we have for our environment? It should have a get URL defined. Repository. Check out the code. So that's for the repository. Let's see. Get URL. So it doesn't tell me what URL it cloned out. Just a second. Okay, so I've got the Zap turned on. Basically on a new pull request, it's going to send a post to circleci to run my test. And what I want to see is it actually passing in that get URL? I don't know. Where do I find that out? Triggered by the API. Because it could just be like ignoring everything. I wonder if it's going to come up with like log information here in just a second. Let's see if this had anything. Build parameters? Yes. Okay, so I will get a build parameters tab once this is done over here, and hopefully that will give us a little bit of information. No, see, it didn't actually send the parameter over because it doesn't have any build parameters defined over here. So we're kind of there with this Zap. It's just not sending really quick, or sending. I'm going to take a short break, and I will be back in a little bit to continue on. So give me just a second while I mention what time we're at. 1:16. So probably at like 60 minutes we talked about Zapier integration. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute.
Open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on.
Okay, I'm back. And let's see. Oh, good. Stay with us. Okay, so I've got the Zap that is almost integrated. It will trigger this build, which is good, but it's not passing in the Git URL. So I need to figure out how to pass in Zapier. Let's just shoot for the moon and see if if there's anybody out there who use Zapier. Does not look like it. Okay. So I was saying if anybody out there may have already done something like this, but let's see. JSON post. I believe they're called collection. Need to send a nested JSON array in the request data. That's what I need to do. Use the custom request action. This will allow more flexibility in the payload. So, so I need to send this over, and I need to edit this Zap, but the problem is I don't really want to show you my token. So I'm gonna do something real quick. Do that. Okay. So I took out the token, so I'm not sharing it. I'm probably gonna have to basically rebuild this token anyway because, yeah. So it says to send a nested JSON, use the custom request action. Am I not using the custom request action? URL, payload type. So would this need to be just raw? Use custom value. Custom value for the payload type. Not sure how to use custom values JSON. What? I'm not really sure how to use custom values. That's not what we want. Data. Key value pairs sent as data. Custom value for payload type. Oh, I see. Who knows? I've never done this before. How am I supposed to do this? I need to send nested JSON in the request. Use the custom request action. Is it even on here? See, this is using a post. Maybe. Thing. No, I don't want to do that. It's not what I want to do. Custom request. There we go. The method we want to use is a post. The URL was postman. I can get that. Oops. Oh, I wonder. Interesting. I wonder if I can get that from outside. No, I can't. Missing choices. What? Retest step one. No. CI data pass through. If yes, request data. Overridden with raw. So the answer is no. I don't want that data. Place raw data for the request here. Awesome. Okay. So now I can copy, not that, build params and delete that out. And then I can get the head get URL, right? That was what it was. Yes. Okay. Continue. And I just need to add that in. So let us go back and go off screen for a second. Continue and send a test hook. Okay, so it looks like that test hook sent. I can close all that stuff. I'll keep that open. Come back over here. Pull that back over. Now this is running. Still not sure if it came through. Check out the code, install, restore cache. No, nothing from there. What's that? Method comparison. API. I guess I just have to wait for the whole thing to build in order to get some decent stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for this to build. while that's running, could probably think, okay, so this is the one that we're testing out. That's awesome. So what's this, React linter? Huh. Wonder how that works. I guess it's just a user that they created and generated by Danger.js. That's pretty cool. Neat, neat, neat. Okay, so this finished going, and I don't have a... Gosh. Oh, that stinks. So this was the response back. I'm gonna have to edit this template again. Oh boy, this is just entertaining code. Entertaining stuff. Data pass through. Oh, I did not define a content type header. That could have been it. A little bit doubtful on that. What else could I have messed up? Post. Data below. Overridden with raw data from the previous step. Okay, so it's sent again. Now time to go back over here. And I should see a new build request coming through. I think I'm also going to send this one again. And the reason for that is I want to see build parameters. Okay, so it should at least already have a build parameters defined on it. I can actually cancel this one. How do I stop you? Build that, cache, cancel build. Okay. So it said it sent one, but it certainly didn't. Test customer request is sent 2 webhooks about 5 minutes ago. Let's retest this. Send test. Okay, there's my new one. Build parameters. It worked. Okay, I think I got that. So now I can turn my Zap back on. And I guess the only way I'm really gonna know is watching it. Task history. Yeah, just continuing to watch it go through. So I'll keep that open over here. I'll put that back up here. We'll check that out. And then this should run and pass, assuming everything's good. I do have my build parameter, which is great. So I kind of have managed to, let's skip this big old green check mark. Fill that in. Managed to get this working. without having to, let's get a red marker, without having to set up the Node.js site. I just use Zapier for that. So on API run, it triggers my tests, which will build the results. And then what I need to do is this part, which is come up with the links out. But let's make sure that this actually finishes running first. And see how that goes. Does anything get notified here? No, it doesn't. Okay. Nice. Okay. This is, I really like this. This makes me happy that at least we have this building out. And then the next thing I'd like to do is this part, which is get all the artifacts, add it to a list, and publish to Netlify. I wonder if I could like create a different repo that runs through circleci. So basically one circleci job will trigger another circleci job just to run the build, the generation of the list. So I think what I'm going to do though is write a quick little, just a second. It's hard to concentrate when there's a kid screaming in the background. And that kid of mine is constantly screaming. Okay, so finish up that. List. Okay, so I want to create basically a node script that will go pull down all of my artifacts that get built out and create a list of items from it. So to do that, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to say, what was that? Get, I was going to do this in a gist. Do I still want to do that? Maybe. Maybe. I'm wondering if I could almost create another zap of this. So this would be a custom webhook. Pull a URL, look for new entries, catch a hook. Pick off a child key. I don't care too much about that. Send a request to the URL so we can pull. Okay, so if I jump back over to the circleci, hey, it worked. Right, that was, yes. So if I go to my artifacts in here, yeah, that just ran, awesome. Okay, back here, into here, I have my webhook notifications. That's right, I have to do this in the circleci file. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. So we'll post there. List of hook actions containing the URL field. Add webhook. And to make things easier, I think what I could do is, instead of editing a single gist, I could just, or sorry, editing a single file in one, I could just add a new file. I don't know if I need to have the old ones in though. Yeah, I shouldn't need to have the old one unless I want to delete it. So I could just do, oops. So this would be like PR number, and then this would be artifact URL. So I can get rid of all of that. And this would send to GitHub. Okay, I did do this. Let's go ahead and camp. I have to wait for that. Getting myself distracted with stuff. So I guess I gotta wait for this to go through. What's that about? Extra key notify. Get the, no, the intention is fine. Steps, checkout, build. Oh, you know, I bet that it's all the way down there. What would it be? No. Maybe it's... Where's my test? I need to look at the samples. Oh, and this is... Oh, God, I hate... Can't wait till they sunset these documents. August 31st, whatever. Example configs, let's see what it's in here. It may not have... Okay, so it says the test passed, but I don't think it actually notified anything. Yeah, it didn't do that. Notified. They don't have the notify in there. That was their configs? No. Notify, nothing. Simple. Do they have one with like everything in it? No, I don't want web notifications. Enabling web and email. What? Don't have it in here. Did they get rid of it or something? Like, seems like a pretty important thing. Webhook notifications. Circle 1.0. How about webhooks? Using context and filtering in your workflows, integrations. Nothing about it. Okay. Could just sound like a curl command, right? Experimental notify. Jeez. What do they have here? Just closed? Yeah. Okay, so I'll just try moving that notify down to here, and I'll force push that up. So I don't really want to create another Git commit for that if it's not necessary. And let's see what comes out of this. Okay, it didn't complain, so that's good. Let's see if it actually runs the notification. While we're doing that, let's jump back into here. Send a request. Can I jump to the next step? I think I can. Okay, I can. So I'll go to GitHub. Create, search. Let's see what's in Gist. I can create a new Gist, but I don't want to create a new Gist. I want to update one. New comment in an issue or PR. I could just do that. Let's new pull request. What if I update instead of create a comment in an issue or pull request? Yeah. So I could just create a new issue called and at the least it would just do this. Comments body would be, it would have to be from my catch check. So I need to wait for this to finish running. It's almost finished. Hopefully it notifies. There's the report. There's the upload, and cross my fingers that the notification works. I didn't see anything as far as the notification goes. Let's see if they got anything from here. So set up webhook, continue. Refresh. Ah, it did. Awesome. Okay, so now I come in to create a comment, GitHub, set up the template. My comments body is going to be my, let's see if artifact is on here. Has artifacts. I can post the build URL, that's not going to be very helpful. Status. I can get the build number. Issue or pull request is artifacts list. So notify does work, that's cool. Downloading all artifacts for a build. So I think I need to create a new action that's going to be a custom webhook that will fire a post. Check this out. So I need to duplicate this over, and here I don't want to post it out. Project. And then my build number, I'm gonna get the artifacts from that. I'm gonna copy that over. And I feel like this is actually gonna be a get, is that right? Yeah, that looks to be like a get. If I send that, I get an error. Maybe it's not a get, maybe it's a post. No. It's my build number. Ah, so build 48. Maybe that's what I did wrong. Let's get back to good. No, what did they do? API token. Yeah, I might need to create an API token. So this is just a basic curl command. Something wrong. Project GitHub. What did they have for? Oh, it's not a. I was missing a slash. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so this gets everything. I would want to just get the URL from it. So let's jump back over here. It's going to be a, what was it? It was a get. URL. So I'll need to put the token in there again, but I need to get the build number from in here, payload build number, and I could even replace that with the username, just in case that changes at any point in time. It'd be kind of nice to have that in place. And then artifacts and circleci token. Would that actually be in there? No, thank goodness. Okay, so I'll have to come back and add that token in there. Query string params. That'll do. Okay, send us JSON. No. No. Unflattened. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. So I can continue on that. Let me go ahead and test this out using my fancy dancy token, which is there, off screen. Sorry you can't see it. And continue, and let's test, send test. Let's see what comes back. Nothing yet, which isn't too great. Okay. Continue. So it did respond. It only returned, what just happened? It only returned the first item. So I think I have to edit that template. To say send as JSON, JSON key unflatten. No, basic auth headers. Oh, I know what I can do. I can add a filter. Okay. So let's try this. In Zapier, test to get descent. Okay. So see how the pretty path and the URL and everything, this is the URL that I really want, but what I want is a filter. Only continue if set up. Sure. Oh, that's not the same thing that I was thinking of. Well, darn it. I wanted to just filter the data. Digest? What's that do? Append entry and schedule. No. So, formatter? I want the whole thing. What is going on? Okay. Let's go back to this comment and see, is there a way that I can like format the comment? So basically get the URL. I can't like transform that or anything. It's so weird that it only gives me the first response from that. What if I just do the code? What was the code bit? Translate? See, it's trying to get all of it. I don't want all of it. I want... Okay. So here's do a custom request. My method is going to be get. My URL, any URL with the query string will be data will be overridden with the raw data from the previous step. Data. I'm not passing any data in. That's all. So I need to go back in and get this URL here and change that to be the build number again. And I'll just leave that there. I'm not going to update that again. No data. I don't want to unflatten it because I don't care. Headers I don't want to send. Okay, so I've got to hide this again and edit that and get my token. Hit continue, send a test. So it sent the test. And it came back. So again, it came back with just the single item. Great. So Zapier get request array. Perform a single get request or return JSON object, loop over key, then the object contains post of value. Oh. So basically it's going to run through each of these. So I could filter if my custom request, if the URL, yes, I wanted that one, URL contains .html. That's okay. Because, let's go back into my Postman. The only one is if it contains index.html. Okay. I think that's gonna work. Whoops. Oh, Postman, where did you go? Copy index.html. Okay, that's fine. Now I come into here, input data. Oh, I don't need to run this code anymore. Edit the template is going to be custom request the URL. And if I come back over here, you see I have my new that. Great. Turning on my Zap. So send what? Ah! So close. To use with 3 steps or more. I really don't want to pay 14 bucks a month just to 15 bucks a month. Oh, that stinks. That stinkers. Oh, man. It is really helpful though. I don't have to run a server, which is good. Yeah, I'll just pay for now. Excuse me while I pay for this. Okay, I paid for it. It's been paid for. Let's try this again. Okay. So this will be add GitHub issue for latest report. then if I come in here and refresh the page, I can delete this one, so I don't need that. And come back into builds. And can I just rebuild this? Rebuild it. And let's see if this GitHub issue goes all the way through. Okay, so this is going to build out. I can close that out. I can close that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Storing and accessing. Sure. Let's keep that in the notes. Why not? That's pretty handy. Do that. And where are we? We're at like 2 hours on this stream, aren't we? Pretty good. Okay, so I'm not gonna do this GIST for now, although I could. No, well, I could do that, but issue works just fine. Don't need that anymore. This is going to wait on this, and I go back to my to-do, so I've got that done. Oh, I wanted to include screenshots. That can just be part of my test. Just like a initial take a screenshot test. And you know, the thing with this is, let me see. This would actually be pretty easy to do a little bit of visual regression testing on. Although I don't really know if we want to. Although we were talking about using it for this one last time. I don't think we need it just yet because it's there's not a lot of styles to this. So I'll go with that we don't right now. Okay, so test passed. It should have notified, and this should be getting a task history. Oh my gosh, so it is going through all of these. I think. Let's see how this filter step hasn't been run yet. Data in. Oh gosh. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Data out. URL. The JSON. Here, all of these were filtered. These are still running through. Wow, that's a lot. How many do I have? 6 pages of them playing through. I should only get one. I guess it branches it all out on that custom request to filter it. Down to 4. Let's see if there are any that have been a success. Yeah. Is that just come through? Did. Yes. It works. Finally. It would be nice to have the PR number here to actually mention which one we're on. So let's see if I can get that. Edit the template. From the catch hook, do the build URL. Let's see what else could we get from out of there. Catch hook. We could do.
Just when you forgot, maybe take the time to stop and cherish what we have instead of missing what we had. You only notice when it's gone because to satisfy what you long for,
Doesn't look like it's gonna be in here.
you will have to try again to fill your heart. Please understand, things don't stay forever. You know you've got to make a change. You must admit it feels a little strange to see it in a different way. And even when it passes by, that wasn't how you said goodbye. Just until
So we'll get the build and then whether it was a success.
you'll be through the falling tears, and now you know your sight is clear. Bring to light all your silly
Yeah. And then the URL. It's better than nothing. I really would like to get the build and the PR number in here. What could I do to get that PR number passed through? So that would probably be a this one. And custom request.
fuck work, fall in love right now, spend all our money. Jump with,
And this is my old token, so I don't care about it anymore. Yeah, this probably isn't going to work anymore because I need to update this token multiple times. So I can pass in the get URL. I can also pass in get URL. I can pass in get PR number. And that is going to be PR URL. Pull request URL. Okay. So I can add that into my allure report. Let's see, don't save that. Where can I add that into my allure report? So in my circleci, that's where I get my get URL. I don't really know. I don't really know. Oh, just a second. Oh, got dark outside. Funny how that always happens, and I put in my headphones backwards. Is there a way to like name my tests? I can add on via the reporter. There's a allure. So let me jot this down real quick. What I'm doing: 218, 218. Add. What I'm wondering is if I can combine this one and this one together. Where are those off? Should be on. No, I can't, because that would have to be another trigger. Okay, that's fine. So this will post the PR URL. That's good. What do I want to do with that URL though? I want to save it to something. Where'd build parameters coming in? Oh, that's because these are manually done. There's build param, so it will get passed in there. And I've got my artifacts. Let's pull up that artifacts page again. See if there's anything that we can customize in there that would be inside of those artifacts. See, the problem is when those artifacts come back, they're coming back in a JSON file. I can't talk to you right now, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Let me text somebody real quick. I'm wondering if maybe I can like replace all of this custom request with some custom code. I don't know, the filter does work. I just need to know if there's any way I can pass. What's that notify? Basically in here, the webhook. If I could do like a PR URL equals, where was it? KURL. And that would be PR URL. Catch hook, view webhook, silent mode, URL will respond with an empty body, edit options, pick. Oh. So I do have samples. No, that's different. Sorry. So I can get. Can I get? I guess the first question is payload build URL. I guess I'd have to search for git URL. Git Urkel. Looking for the git URL that I updated on that first step. So in this catch hook, I told it to accept a git URL or the PR URL. I'm trying to see if I can figure out if it's on here. I might have to just re-add or re-trigger this test. So let's save this. Let's see if that does anything. Okay. This is running. This is going to take a little bit of time to run, unfortunately. Should probably get like some caching going on in this, especially with the latest Firefox. I could probably cache this step. I don't know, 26 seconds, not too long. The biggest one is building out React, and that's something that we have to do every time. Yeah. Hey, my microphone is still working. That's good. And so is this. That's good too. That have the PR URL on it? PR URL. No. So I'll need to wait until this finishes. That's all I gotta do right now is just wait. It's kind of the boring part of this. The music has worked pretty well this time. I'm happy with the mix that they've provided. It's pretty good. Background music. There's artifacts coming through, and you can see why it's triggering so many. There's all these JSON folders. And there come my notification should have been sent. So if I go back over here, I get more samples. Okay. And it didn't seem to do anything there. What if I do this one more time? I don't know why it's doing all this. It shouldn't be running. My Zap is off. One, set up your Zap. Let's try again. Maybe it's in here. Maybe they only let you keep like 3. There. That's Firefox. Okay. So now the question is, can I find this URL? Let me search for that. Query string PR URL is PR URL. Okay, so that might need to be updated to look like this. Like that. Hopefully. But with that, I can go into my comment, edit the template, and say from my catch hook, search for PR URL, and pull in samples. Okay, continue. I think that's what I didn't do. I didn't save that. I wanted to use that one. There it is. Custom query string PR URL. Perfect. Okay, so I have circleci build URL, and then circleci build status. This is what I want. And finally, come on. Oh, I see. It doesn't fit on that line. Oh, look at this. No, that's not the right. Oh, that's a build URL. Sorry. This right here. Yeah, so this PR URL needs to be updated, but. Okay, that's good. So I'll refresh this, and it's probably going to be. I can delete that. Let's see how this looks coming across the wire. Okay, so that was sent, and now I refresh the page, and there. So I do need a step. I can format this, right? Let's take a little time to get a little bit better formatting. So allure report is a step, and then okay. That looks good enough. And again, this is going to be the index.html. And there is an extra that. Perfect. Turn this back on. And the other thing I need to do is update all my circleci tokens. Because those aren't going to work properly. Okay. So hopefully that works. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of documentation on the notify circleci configuration, so I don't know if it will take a param, like environment variable in it. So what I'm going to do is comment out all of that, just to see if it sends that over. No, actually, so all it's going to do is check out the code. That's it. Is it going to have a PR URL? It won't have a PR URL, so this should come over as blank when I first run it from here. Test PR URL. Notify. This should go really fast. Just a second. And that would be in my catch hook. I need to look at samples and get more samples. This was just pulled in. And I need to look at PR URL. No, that did not work. What if I do that? Circleci pass environment. Maybe it's 2. Query string PR URL, payload steps. So it uses $sign and then parentheses. So what it said, depending on showing method, append a new variable. Update path and define environment and variable at runtime export. Very important. Equal cat important variable. Defining configuration variables like images. All the values are literally. I don't know. Can I do like multiple webhooks? Where'd that notify go? What in the world just fell? Something just fell. Jeez. So I could store it as an artifact. I don't really want to though. I could. Here's what else I could do. What else I could get the API. Using their API, I could get information on that build. So that would be under projects. List all the projects, follow a new project, recent builds, a single build. This is the payload for the notifications webhook, in which case the object is the value to a key named payload. So does this have like environment variables passed in on it? So let's see if I go into add a GitHub issue, refresh, close that out, go back to my dashboard. PR trigger. New pull request. Custom request. Okay, I need to update my token off screen. So please don't watch while I update this. Hopefully it's the last time I have to update it. Jeez. That was super fast. That's all right. Build parameters. I did get my PR URL from in there. That was a lot faster than I was expecting, but that's okay. We can go to my task history. Actually, no. Let's go to my catch hook and view the webhook. Pull in my samples. Get another sample pulled in just now. Okay, so this is, oops. I want to see a couple things. So, no. Is it in here? No, so that didn't get passed in. What is this? Payload build parameters. Maybe there's something in there. Catch up, payload build URL. Yes. There we go. Yes. Okay, so now I can come back here to my webhook and options, view webhook. Oh, that's right. I can go back into here, delete that. That's what I want. Uncomment that, save that, and then commit. And I want to skip the CI on this one. Skip CI. What's that look like? It's skipping a build. CI skip. Okay. CI skip, and it's going to be remove PR URL and notify. So I'll push that up. Then I can come back into here, edit my template, continue, and I can send the test. And let's see how that looks. Bam. Nice. Now the allure report still shows incorrectly because this was just the sample, and it grabbed the very first part of the sample. Ha! Whoops. So every one of these is going to get this little reference by. That's interesting. So I think I can delete that. It's kind of noisy, but this is going to be, this is a temporary storage place for the artifact list PRs. Okay, so I can finish this, turn my Zap back on, and then go back to my dashboard. And basically retest all of this. So I come back here. Why does it say failed? My configuration is bad. So for testing a circleci config, they have a circleci config validate command. Unexpected end of stream. Where? Does that even, what? Line 59, unexpected end of stream. All I did was uncomment things. There. Oops, it's gonna complain. Force push, force push. Always do the force push. Okay, jump back in here and make sure, okay, that's better. Now I can retest this step. Okay, if I can get this working, I think I'm gonna call it a day. So all I wanna see is that the artifact list gets updated. Go to my dashboard and task history. So it's pretty recent. Okay, so this is building out. Basically, all I gotta do is just wait for this to build. So if you're watching this on replay, you're just gonna skip past this part. And I unfortunately can't skip past this part. That's a good little song. I liked it. Is it playing again? No, I don't want you to just keep playing that same song. How many times has it played? Jeez. Uploading. Okay. So tests have finished. It should trigger a yes. Playing. And I only want the successes. Bam! There it is. Ha! Worked. That's awesome. Okay, so this is kind of like a poor man's way of listing out all the PRs with their Allure result. So man, I think one of my favorite pizza places just shut down. That stinks. Damn. Really? What was their number? Okay, so I think that's gonna wrap it up. I don't have anything else to jump into. This is a slow, sleepy stream is what I like to call this one. Thanks for watching along. If you made it this far, hopefully you learned something new about circleci. I touched a lot of stuff, and see what you can do with Zapier. I'll probably want to replace this flow with maybe a custom server or something, but for now I have a pretty nice little proof of concept of taking a PR that gets opened here. And so it'd be nice to see, like, come back in a week and see what this artifact list looks like. And seeing the results of everything. So that's what I'll probably do next week. Check that out. I'll take a look at that and see what kind of goes on. And that's all I got. Thank y'all for watching and have a great weekend. I'll see you probably in a week's time.